Hello class. Today I Kushak Goel from IC College of Engineering and Technology will discuss the topic of planning process of web designing in web design subject. Our code is KIT 401 and our university is AKT. So let's start the topic. There are 7 steps that should be followed from start to finish when developing a website. First is research and goal setting. Second is planning. Third is designing the layout. Fourth is writing the content. Fifth is coding. Sixth is testing and launching. And last is maintenance. So first, have some idea of all 7 topics. First topic, research and goal setting. In it, we should do the research of our website, that what is the need of the website, what types of the product is still available in the market, and then we should also self-analyze the goal for their for our website and our target also. Next is planning. Then we should plan our development for website. We should gather the team. We should uh, manage all the resources, etc. Next is designing the layout. We should now design and set how should our website be, have a look, how it should be visible to other, how it should be presented to others also. Next is writing the content on the website. It is a very important thing. So for it, research should also be done, and then we should write the content for the website. Next is coding. We should develop our website for the implementation. We should first decide on which language we should code our whole website, and it all should be done on the research phase. In the last, we should first test our website and then launch it on the network. And then the maintaining is the never ending process, which is also known as maintenance phase. The last step involves updating and doing maintenance of the website often, even after it has been launched, to ensure it is still working properly. An effective website means that visitors will be more likely to become loyal customers. Planning a website can take a lot of time and effort. It can also cost money to launch a website. The two most important factors that need to be taken into consideration are time and money. During the planning process, it is good idea to make a timeline or have a goal of how long you might need to spend on each step. The more time that is taken during the first few steps of planning, the less you will have to do in long run. So we will have the discussion in the detail. First process, research and goal setting of web development planning process. As with any project, it is important to do proper research and set goals before beginning. By setting goals, it will help the website to have a direction and will also help you business to achieve specific accomplishment. The planning and goal setting process could take about 1 to 2 weeks to complete. It is a very important first step to create a website that sells. There are a few questions you should ask yourself during the phase. What do I have? What do I hope for my website to accomplish? Who is the audience I would like to target, and what are the main goals of the websites? By setting goals for your websites, you will be helping the site to have a clear direction and purpose. This is important to the rest of the steps. Then setting your goals. You should think about outlining what you would like to the rest of the steps to look like. Step 1 will guide you through the rest of the planning process. The research part of the step has a few different purposes. There are so many examples out there, it might be beneficial for you to look at use some of the other websites for your company. This can help you to determine what you want and don't want in your website to have. It's also important to do some research for the target audience you hope to draw. Different age group may be looking for something different when they visit a website. Understanding what your audience wants to crucial planning the rest of your website. It is also important to research keywords you would like to with your website. By developing your website with SEO in mind, you will have yourself a lot of work in the future. Next step is planning the site. Planning the website involves creating a wireframe and sitemap. This is an important step because it is kind of like the skeleton of your site. The process can take about 2 to 6 months to complete. The sitemap allows the developer to get an outline of what the site will look like, what pages there will be, and how they will interact with each other. This is not only helps with planning but is also beneficial to the user experience. A user should be able to easily navigate a site. This is this begins with the development of the sitemap. Before you begin the plan content, a sitemap lets you design what the structure will look like. Once the sitemap is completed, the other part of the site is to create a wireframe or mock-up. They are just visual representations of what the site will look like. This does not include layout details. That comes next. Next is designing the layout. The design of the layout, the details of the layout, sorry, the details of the layout are what will give your website character. This is the step where you get to be creative with pictures, videos, and what kind of things the customer will notice when they come to your site. This process can take about 4 to 12 weeks from start to finish. The timing depends on experience, time spent on the project, and how true the developer is. During this step, it is especially important to keep referring back to the target audience you wish to focus on. Next is writing the content. This step may be going on simultaneously with other development planning steps. The writing content of a website is so important to its success. While the step may be happening during other steps, it's crucial and deserves a lot of expertise. It could take about 5 to 15 weeks. The writer contents of an website is going to help a visitor determine their next steps. It is vital to drawing customers in and keeping them. This is consider a lot to consider when working to the content of the website. What words to use, it is important and they are not too hard to understand. A general rule is that you have to assume not everyone is going to want to read the words that are highly vocabulary. The website should have a vocabulary that the average person can understand. Next is coding the website. The coding step would take 6 to 15 weeks depending on how much content and how intricate you would like your website to be. It is also important to set up framework and CMS to make sure that everything will fit on the server during the installation process. You wouldn't want to do all works only to find out it doesn't. Next is testing and launching. Before the website is launched, it is crucial to test over the real users and real scenario. Or link should be tested that it works or not. Important things that button and every navigation should also be done quite freely. After testing launching, it may take 2 to 4 weeks to complete. Maintenance, it is a never-ending process. You might think your job is done once the website is launched, but it is not easy to that case. Since the technology and products are changing more rapidly than every before, ever before, it is important to stay up and up to date. So it may take some changes. So maintenance is that. So thank you, class. It is our topic for today.